So just as you said, Robert, we listened to some great presentations on tools, and what a great set of tools that HubSpot has to identify, to collect that first-party data. And then on top of it, StackAdapt, being able to pull that first-party data into the ad platform and target those individuals. I think that is something to be said. When we're talking about normal PPC, right? We're targeting keywords, we're targeting places that we hope our ideal ICPs are at. But with first-party data from these tools, we can target those people wherever they're at, whether, whatever device they're on. So as you were saying, let's get into it. Let's talk about that third wheel of the ultimate marketing trifecta, that planning that strategy and that campaigns. And let's go into it with some real examples. So the challenge that everybody's feeling right now, and listen, I'm a B2B marketer, just like most of you are on this call. We're getting extreme pressure, and a lot of us are dealing with very niche audiences that are really hard to track, right? And there's not a lot of tools that allow us, as far as advertising platforms, to target those. So that's a huge challenge that a lot of you are facing. And one of our clients faced this challenge particularly, and I'm going to use them as an example of how we created some unique strategies for campaigns. I'm going to tell you about those campaign strategies so you can implement them yourselves and really start driving some real results. So one of the biggest problems is reaching those key decision makers, but that's where that first party data layered in with that third party data will allow you to reach those ideal key decision makers and really demonstrate clear ROI from your advertising efforts. A lot of times, B2B marketers are faced with the problem of, wow, LinkedIn is really the only ad platform that I can target specific users by job title and by, company and by revenue. But it's really not a great platform. It's a walled garden, as Maggie always tells me. It's a walled garden, right? We want to use a platform that is more expansive, and that's where tools of HubSpot with StackAdapt really give us that advantage over that challenge. So let's jump into the next slide. Here is the solution. Obviously, integrating that first-party data in HubSpot. I love the example, Maggie, that you showed where you were creating custom events for how people were consuming content. And Robert said, your website, your content hub, your area should be, your website property should be an area where people consume content. And creating those events and those journeys of how they consume content, all that data can be gathered, leveraged in StackAdapt for a multi-channel strategy and approach, right? Some of the ideas that you can use as far as strategies that we implement for a lot of our B2B, obviously one of our main goals is traffic and lead generation. Obviously, with custom events, we can put together the first-party data of how leads come into our system, move through our content, but yet don't convert, and then reach out to them with programmatic ads through StackAdapt that are personalized directly for them. It's amazing what personalization will do, and especially in ads. Incorporating first-party behavioral data into your strategies can reduce your overall PPC costs by 83%, and it actually improves your conversion rates by up to 30%. So it's a huge win as far as implementing that and generating new traffic and new leads as far as that. Not only can you drive new leads that you're using first-party data, you can create lookalikes, right? So you can use your existing data to create lookalike audiences within StackAdapt and say, hey, these accounts are my best accounts. They're the most profitable accounts to our company. You can create a lookalike audience based off the contacts and companies that are in your first-party data source, such as HubSpot, your CRM, and then create ad campaigns that are directed towards them. Trade shows, fantastic way to collect first-party data. HubSpot has a tool where you can import that first-party data from those conversations that your people are having at trade shows with people, and actually upload that information right into HubSpot, That's first party data. All your correspondence with people that you're having, your sales team, your customer service people, all those type of things can be uploaded into HubSpot and then used in StackAdapt for programmatic ads. So trade show attendance and trade show awareness type of campaigns perform extremely well because you're hitting those people with retargeting and programmatic ads right after you had a chance to talk to them. So I can't stress enough how successful those campaigns are. So use your trade show data, upload it into HubSpot, and target with programmatic ads of where they're at online. Finally, don't forget about your opportunities and deals, right? Once they become opportunities and deals, a lot of B2B marketers forget, like, hey, the job's not done, right? Even when they buy your product, the job's not done. You want repeat buys, and you want to move those people through the pipeline as fast as possible. So when they do become a sales qualified lead and your sales team is working them, this is a perfect opportunity to create what I call pipeline velocity campaigns, right? That will help close those deals faster, because efficiency is also an important ROI. You know, a lot of B2B manufacturers and industry people, their sales cycle is super long. So reducing the sales cycle can help increase revenue and can help increase more impact to your bottom line and deliver ROI. And then finally, pipeline resuscitation. Well, it's just my fancy way for saying take your closed lost deals or the deals that you think that are stale or old that aren't going anywhere and create a personalized campaign towards those. Re-engage them. You don't have to re-engage them with a hard sales push or anything like that, but be helpful to them. Show some programmatic ads based off of your interactions of your sales your sales process. Your salespeople probably got objections and pain points. Use those in your ad campaigns to resuscitate your pipeline and those deals and leads, and show ads to them that specifically lead them to areas on your website that overcome their objections, that speak directly to their pain points. It's a huge win. So just some results from a recent trial we did with one of our B2B industrial manufacturers, right? This stuff works. The results from a 90-day trial, $130,000 in new opportunities from retargeting campaigns from people just interacting with our content on the website, right? And ideally identifying that journey process and hitting them at the right time with that personalized ad, right? We had generated 5 new SQLs, and these are high value SQLs from our lookalike audiences and our blend of first party and third party data. So it was a really good way to target these individuals and target new individuals that look like them. We generated $30,000 immediately for our pipeline resuscitation program. Deals that we thought were long dead. We created ads and personalized experiences for those people based off of their pain points and their objections, right? And the whole program, we saw a 35-time return on our ad spend. Our ROAS was 35x, so it was huge. And what type of ads did we use? We leveraged a lot of native display, and we used video pre-roll, and we used a little bit of display advertising. So these ads spoke directly to our consumers and really touched upon what they were going through at that moment, whether they were new leads, just checking out our content, or if they engaged with our sales team or our customer service team, and it really put together a cohesive program for it. So those are some of the things that I definitely want you to try, and those campaigns and strategies will help get your B2B marketing into hyperdrive and start producing that all-important ROI, especially during these times.